Hello and welcome to the programme. I'm Owen Fairclough. My guest today has often been compared or called the Steve Jobs of Africa. He invented the first tablet computer specifically for the African market and specifically for people who cannot afford the kind of prices that Western companies charge for those kind of products. It gives me great pleasure to welcome Varone Manku, the founder of VMC Congo and the inventor of the WACY tablet computer. Varone, welcome to the show. You've conveniently brought a copy of the WACY with you.
I'm always with my WACY.
It's been on sale for about 6 months now. It's safe to say it must be an incredibly difficult place to launch a product like that in a country like yours. Tell us a little bit about the experience of bringing this product to the market.
Yes, like you say, it's very difficult for our country to launch a technological product because, everybody knows Congo is a country who have petrol, oil, and woods, but no technology product. It's why it's very difficult because people in my country don't know why they need to buy an WACY. And it was difficult to get found for this project. You see, these projects cost around $160,000, $160,000, and it was very difficult to get this fund. And after we get this fund, it was very difficult to go mass production because our first production need many money, and to get this money, it was very hard. The government of my country helped us.
So you had some subsidies, you had some help?
Yes, we have help of the government, but it's not enough to our project because, to launch a project, you need fund for mass production, you need fund too for marketing, and we don't have any fund for marketing. It was a good experience because, when we said we will launch this tablet, all media of the world talk about that. Yeah.
Because it was the first of its kind in
It was
Africa.
the first tablet designed by an African. All media on the world talk about that. Internet, everybody. The news of the launching of African tablet make a good buzz, and this buzz was our marketing. We don't have any money for marketing, and it was a good experience, but very difficult.
You mentioned just now that it's difficult to try and persuade people why they need a tablet computer. Why? How do you do that? Because in the West, for example, Apple was already a very well-known brand. It almost sold itself, the iPad, because of the anticipation. What is different about your product, and how do you persuade people that they need it?
The difference of Apple and VMK is the market. Apple launched the iPad and other their product in the market. In their market, everybody know why to use the tablet. But in my market in Africa, many people don't know why to use the tablet. It's why to sell this product, we need first to explain to people why they want to use the tablet, and after, if they understand it's right, they go to buy the tablet. It's very difficult because in Africa technology is not things like how I can say that. In Africa don't use technology like other market, so it's very difficult to enter with a new product, but it's a good experience, like I'm saying, because the experience with the WACY can help us for the next product.
What kind of applications, what kind of software would you put on a tablet computer? You can imagine if I bought an iPhone, for example, there are hundreds of thousands of applications. There are all sorts of gadgets. Do you have to offer just basic applications for the kind of consumer that you're aiming at?
So, the tablet is running with an operating system named Android, with
Google's operating system.
Yes, Google operating system. And Android now have half million applications. So, this tablet is compatible with all the 500,000 applications on Android market with the Google marketplace. But we have a problem in Africa. When you use your iPhone, when you buy an iPhone or you buy another Android device in Africa, you have a big problem of application. Let me give you an example. If you go to App Store or Android market or Google Store, Google Play. When you look at application, you find application. The first things you see, it's a metro plan of Paris, plan of New York, not plan of Libreville, plan of Lagos or Brazzaville.
So these things aren't relevant.
We don't have application, African application. We have, of course, we have some little. I can say we have around 1,000 application on the world made by African. But you see, 1,000 application in 500,000 application, you can't see African application. It's why we develop VMK Market. VMK Market is a marketplace to promote African application. You know, it's very important, it's very interesting for people in Libreville. When you are looking from hospital, you go to VMK Market, you found Libreville application, you see the map of Libreville with hospital, with hotel, with restaurant. That's good things. But now you can't find something like that in other platform. So we develop VMK Market to promote the application like that, and we do many marketing to developer to say that they need to develop application for their country. You know, local content is more important from outside the content.
Tell me a little bit about, when I look at things like the World Bank Ease of Doing Business Index, your country, okay, Congo-Brazzaville, is among maybe the top 5 most difficult places in the world to do business. And to give people an example of that, it takes something like 6 months to get electricity. It must have been very difficult for you. Tell me about the kind of challenges you've had.
You see, when I read report of World Bank, of other institution, it's how to say that, it's real. It's very difficult from countries like us to make a business in country like our country, but it's not so bad too. You know, I had 2 tries when I began to work on this project. My first try is to believe in my country or to leave Africa. I take the first run. So it's very difficult because tax is high, because electricity is not everywhere, because technology is not everywhere.
And that's difficult for you.
It's very difficult, and more difficult for me. It was get found. In Africa, we don't have a structure. We don't have a capital venture. We don't have somewhere where we can go to take a credit for young entrepreneur. Is impossible. So more than the problem of that World Bank said electricity, water, we need money, we need credit, and we don't have it in our countries. It's the most I can say it's the most difficult problem we get. So about electricity, about water, you know, I'm living in Congo. Now I'm 26 and I always live in Congo. For me, it's normal, you see. It's not an obstacle, it's not difficult, it's not, how to say that. It's normal for me.
You've got used to it, you've just had to live with it.
Yes, it's every day. Sometimes we can have electricity, and the next hour, electricity gone. It's not a problem, it's just a reality. That's a reality of Africa. So we need to work with this reality. Government can change the things, but government have many priorities. You see, we don't have hospital, we don't have road, we don't have school. Many things, we have many problems in Africa, but it cannot be, how to say, an obstacle. It cannot be an obstacle to doing business in Africa.
Tell me about the future for this product, Verone. You are selling it currently in around 4 African countries. Can you give us an idea of the kind of sales you've had there and the overall kind of sales for this product?
So we sell the product in 4 African countries and in France too. It was how to say that, it was a very good thing for us, because, you know, when people hear about African tablet, every techie, every geek want to buy this tablet. And when we launched it, first customers was a geek, was the techie. They need to have this tablet. And you know, the first production we make around 1,000, and the first customer come to the shop to buy the tablet, it was twice. We have many problems. The first day of launch in Congo, we had at night no tablet on the shop. It was a big problem. So it was good things for us, because now we have experience. But the huge problem was, you see, this is Wi-Fi tablet. And in Africa, there are no Wi-Fi everywhere. So the feedback we get for the market push us to work on the new tablet, but with 3G.
Okay, we're out of time. We'll have to leave it there. Varone Manku from VMC Congo, many thanks indeed for talking to us. That's it for now. More news coming up here on France 24.